Welcome to the deep dive. Today we are diving into some really cool stuff about the future of weather forecasting.
Oh, yeah.
You guys sent in a ton of research on GenCast.
Yeah.
This new AI model from Google DeepMind.
Right.
And I honestly can't wait to dig in and unpack all of this.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
So how is weather forecasting? How has that changed?
Yeah.
Over the years, and especially with AI now.
Predicting the weather, especially long term, has always been such a challenge,
Yeah, it feels almost impossible sometimes.
Exactly. But these new AI models, they're changing the game completely, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
Okay, so what makes GenCast different
Right.
than all the other models we've had in the past?
So traditional models are really complex,
Yeah.
relying on all these physics equations to try and simulate the atmosphere.
No.
And they need these massive supercomputers to even run them.
Yeah.
And even then, forecasts beyond a few days, they get really uncertain. GenCast, though, tackles the problem from a different angle.
Okay.
Using AI and this thing called diffusion modeling.
Diffusion modeling?
Yeah.
I thought that was for making art or music or something.
Right.
How does that even apply to the weather?
That's what's so innovative about it.
Okay.
Instead of simulating all the physics of the atmosphere,
Yeah.
it's trained on this huge data set of historical weather data, 4 decades worth.
Huh.
Things like temperature, wind speed, pressure at different altitudes,
Okay.
all taken from the ERA5 archive, which is the gold standard for weather data.
So it learned from the past
Yeah.
to predict the future.
Exactly. It learned all these patterns of the Earth's weather by looking at how the weather has behaved in the past.
Okay, I get that. But how does that work?
Yeah.
How does the diffusion model
Right.
use that weather data to predict the future?
Okay, so imagine you have a perfectly clear picture of the Earth's atmosphere. A diffusion model starts by adding noise to it, gradually distorting it until it becomes completely random.
Okay.
Then it trains an AI to reverse that process to learn how to denoise the image and reconstruct the original.
So you're saying it
Yeah.
takes a clear image, makes it super noisy,
Yeah,
and then the AI learns how to get back to the clear image.
exactly.
Okay, and how does that predict the weather?
So with GenCast, that clear picture is the actual weather data,
Okay.
and that noisy picture is the future weather that we don't know.
Uh-huh.
So by learning to reverse that adding noise process,
Yeah.
the model can predict the future weather from this seemingly random starting point.
That's really crazy.
It is.
When you think about it like that, it's so different.
Yeah, it's a much more data-driven approach than the traditional way of doing it.
Okay, so how does it actually perform?
Right.
Compared to the other models that we have out there?
Well, when Google DeepMind tested GenCast against what's considered the gold standard for weather forecasting, the European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts Ensemble Prediction System,
Oh, wow, that's a mouthful.
or ENS,
Okay, ENS.
the results were shocking.
Shocking good or shocking bad?
Shockingly good.
Okay.
GenCast outperformed ENS in 97.2% of the 3,320 forecast targets they looked at.
That's awesome.
And for forecasts beyond 36 hours, its accuracy was 99.8%.
That's incredible. So it's way more accurate
Yeah, it's a game changer.
than the existing models.
And it's not just about accuracy.
Uh-huh.
GenCast is also much faster. It can generate a 15-day forecast in just 8 minutes using a single Google Cloud TPU v5.
8 minutes.
Yeah, imagine that.
That's insane. The other ones take hours or days, right?
Exactly. This speed and efficiency opens up all sorts of possibilities for how we use these forecasts,
Right. Instead of waiting days, we could get
Yeah.
really granular information much faster.
Much more timely information, which is really important when we're talking about extreme weather.
Right. Like hurricanes and things like that, where every minute counts.
Exactly. Emergency responders could have these real-time, high-resolution forecasts to make critical decisions, potentially saving lives and property.
It's kind of like sci-fi, but it's real.
It is, and it's happening now.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this has implications for everything.
Yeah.
Renewable energy.
Oh.
Agriculture, transportation.
Well, yeah, imagine knowing exactly when and where the wind will be strongest to optimize energy production, or having hyperlocal forecasts to help farmers make decisions about planting and irrigation.
So it's like a ripple effect across so many industries.
Exactly. The possibilities are kind of endless.
Yeah. But let's focus on the extreme weather events for a minute.
Okay.
You mentioned that GenCast was really good at that.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example of how that works in the real world?
Yeah, so one example is Typhoon Hagibis, which hit Japan in 2019. As the storm was approaching, GenCast's forecast kept getting more and more accurate the closer the storm got.
So it was able to give people more warning.
Exactly, giving them more time to prepare and evacuate, which can be life-saving.
Wow, this really does feel like a new era of weather forecasting,
Yeah,
powered by AI.
I agree. And what's even more exciting is that Google has decided to open source GenCast.
Oh, what do you mean open source?
So they're making the code and the weights publicly available.
Oh, wow. So anyone can use it.
Yeah, they're basically sharing this tech with the world to foster collaboration and accelerate research.
That's really cool. So it's not just about predicting the weather. It's about understanding our planet.
Yeah,
And creating a better future.
exactly. And this is just the beginning. Google DeepMind is already working on even more advanced AI models.
I can't wait to see what they come up with.
I know, it's a really exciting time.
It is. So this is just one example of how AI is changing the world. In the next part, we're going to dive into how AI is being used to tackle climate change. So stay tuned for that.
It's going to be good. Welcome back to the deep dive.
It was amazing. Learning about GenCast and how AI is like changing weather forecasting.
Yeah.
And, I'm really excited about the renewable energy applications.
Yeah.
Using AI to help transition to like a cleaner future.
It's huge. AI can predict things like wind patterns and solar radiation so accurately.
Yeah. And that's super important for making renewable energy like more reliable and efficient, right?
Exactly. It's all about making sure those energy sources are working when we need them.
Okay, so how is AI actually like optimizing renewable energy systems like in the real world?
Imagine like a wind farm with a ton of turbines spread out over a huge area.
Yeah.
AI can look at all the data from weather sensors, the turbines themselves, and even energy market prices to fine-tune everything.
Wow, so it's like way more than just predicting the wind. It's like making the whole system work better.
Yeah, exactly. It can adjust the angle of the blades, the speed, even shut down certain turbines.
Oh, wow.
To like reduce wear and tear or avoid overloading the grid.
So it's like a conductor, like leading the orchestra.
That's a great analogy, making sure everything works in harmony.
I love it. And what about solar energy? Does it work there too?
Yeah, definitely. AI can analyze weather patterns, cloud cover, even the angle of the sun to predict how much solar energy we'll get.
Wow, so like utility companies can use that to make sure the grid is stable even when it's cloudy?
Exactly. And it can even optimize how we store energy charging batteries when we have a surplus and using them when demand is high.
This is like solving the problem
Right.
of like renewable energy not always being available.
Exactly. We can finally smooth out those peaks and valleys and make renewables a real alternative to fossil fuels.
This is amazing. So it's not just like a theory, it's happening right now.
Yeah, these AI systems are being used at wind farms and solar plants all over the world.
That's fantastic. It feels like AI is really making a difference in the fight against climate change.
And the applications go way beyond energy production.
Like what?
We can use AI to create smarter transportation systems too.
Yeah, like self-driving cars.
Exactly. But it's more than that. We can optimize traffic flow, reduce congestion, and cut down on fuel consumption.
So like those futuristic smart cities where traffic just flows smoothly.
Yeah, exactly. And less congestion means fewer emissions.
Okay, I see that. And what about the cars themselves? How can AI make them more sustainable?
Well, self-driving cars rely on AI to make decisions, navigate, and avoid obstacles. And we can design those algorithms to prioritize fuel efficiency.
So like an AI driver is just naturally smoother and more efficient than a human.
Yeah, they don't have lead feet or anything like that. And they can even optimize routes to use the least amount of fuel.
That's incredible. So AI can make a difference whether we're talking about self-driving cars or just making our current cars more efficient.
Exactly. There are so many ways to apply AI in transportation.
And what about other industries? Are there other ways AI is being used to fight climate change?
Oh yeah, tons of them. For example, AI can help us create more sustainable agriculture,
Okay.
helping farmers to use water and fertilizer more efficiently and even predict crop yields.
So we can produce more food with less waste.
Exactly. And AI can help with disaster preparedness and response too, predicting extreme weather and coordinating relief efforts.
Wow, it's incredible how broad the applications are. It's like a fundamental shift in how we approach these problems.
I agree. AI gives us these powerful tools to understand our planet, predict risks, and create solutions for a more sustainable future.
It's like AI is giving us superpowers to deal with climate change.
It kind of is, and the most exciting part is that we're still just scratching the surface.
Yeah, I'm super curious to see what's next.
Me too! This is just the beginning of the AI revolution, and the possibilities are limitless.
This whole conversation has made me so much more optimistic about tackling climate change,
Yeah, me too. It feels like we're finally making some real progress.
And AI is playing a huge role in that.
And it's not just happening in labs and tech companies anymore, it's everywhere.
Really? Like where?
Well, conservation groups are using AI to track endangered species. City planners are using it to design eco-friendly cities, and even artists are using it to raise awareness about climate change.
So it's like AI is becoming a tool that anyone can use to make a difference.
Exactly, and that's why I'm so optimistic about the future. The combination of AI and human ingenuity is incredibly powerful.
I love that.
Yeah.
And speaking of pushing boundaries,
Hmm.
I think it's time to turn our attention to the final frontier space.
Oh, yeah.
In the next part, we'll explore how AI is helping us unravel the mysteries of the universe.
It's going to be a cosmic adventure.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've been talking about how AI is changing everything, like weather forecasting, transportation, renewable energy.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go beyond our planet
Yeah.
and talk about how AI is helping us learn about space.
The final frontier.
I've always been fascinated by space, all the mysteries out there, but how does AI even fit into all of this?
Astronomy has always been about data.
Okay.
Telescopes are constantly collecting massive amounts of information, images, spectral light curves.
Yeah.
And it's just impossible for humans to analyze all of that.
Right. It's way too much data.
Way too much terabytes, petabytes of data coming in every day.
So we need AI to help us make sense of it all.
Exactly. AI algorithms are amazing at finding patterns in these huge data sets, things that humans would never be able to see.
So it's like a superpowered research assistant for astronomers.
That's a great way to put it, and it's already leading to some really incredible discoveries.
Like what kind of discoveries?
Well, one area where AI is having a big impact is in the search for exoplanets.
Exoplanets.
Planets outside our solar system.
Yeah, I've heard about those. It seems like we're finding new ones all the time now.
Yeah, we are, and AI is a big part of that. Telescopes like Kepler and they've been looking at stars for years, trying to find these tiny dips in brightness when a planet passes in front.
Oh yeah, the transit method.
Exactly. It's like a mini eclipse.
Right.
But those dips in brightness can be super subtle, and it would take forever for humans to analyze all the data from millions of stars.
So AI is doing that for us now.
Exactly. It's sifting through all that data, finding potential exoplanets, and it's really good at it. AI has already discovered thousands of candidates.
Wow, it's like opening up a whole new window to the universe.
It is, and it's not just about finding them. AI is also helping us understand these planets, their size, mass, temperature, even what their atmospheres are made of.
How can AI figure that out from so far away?
So AI can analyze the light that passes through exoplanet atmospheres.
Oh?
And by looking at which wavelengths are absorbed or emitted, scientists can tell what molecules are present, things like water, methane, carbon dioxide.
So we can learn if these planets could support life.
Exactly. It's amazing what we can learn from light years away.
It really is. It feels like we're in this golden age of space discovery, and AI is right at the heart of it.
I agree, and it's not just exoplanets. AI is helping us study everything from distant galaxies to black holes.
Black holes? Wait, how is AI helping us study those?
So black holes are mysterious, but they do emit signals that we can detect.
Okay.
And remember that image of a black hole that came out a few years ago?
Oh, yeah, that was incredible.
That was from the Event Horizon Telescope, which is actually a network of telescopes all over the world working together.
Wow.
And they collected an insane amount of data, petabytes of information.
And AI helped put it all together.
Exactly. AI algorithms were used to combine the data correct for errors and create that amazing image.
It's mind-blowing that we can see something like that,
It really is. And this is just the beginning. As AI gets even more powerful, I'm sure we'll see even more incredible discoveries.
I'm so excited to see what the future holds,
Yeah.
This conversation has been really inspiring. It's like we're unlocking the secrets of the universe.
And it's not just about the science. It's about understanding our place in the cosmos,
Yeah, that sense of awe and wonder.
Exactly. And I think we all need a little bit of that.
I agree. It's been a great reminder that there's so much more to learn, so much to discover, and so much to be hopeful about.
Well said. And if this has sparked your curiosity about AI and astronomy, there's a whole universe of information out there waiting for you.
Yeah, be sure to subscribe to Host's podcast name for more deep dives into the world of AI.
And for even more AI tutorials and insights, check out my YouTube channel, Ian Ochieng AI. Thanks for listening.